Alrighty, hey there, welcome back. Good afternoon, good evening, something or another. Greetings to you from Brapon. Or well, you know what? Hang on. No, let's take that back. Let's go ahead and call it Modesto, California, Highway 99 southbound. So, Proud Mary is Proud Mary and Trailer 9116 are up and running and loaded and underway on our virgin run, on our maiden voyage, I guess. I guess that's probably the more appropriate term. She's hardly a virgin, although she's wearing white. Yes, but a maiden indeed. So, yeah, got ourselves loaded with 45,071 pounds of bottled water over there at Niagara Bottling Company. I mean, imagine that. A company called Niagara Bottling Company loads water in the trucks and sends it off. That's pretty amazing. However, we're hardly anywhere near Niagara, right? Niagara Falls, Niagara Rises. Is that something? I don't know. But anyways, we are, yeah, got ourselves a heavy load, and we're going to give this Proud Mary here a run for her money, or a run for my money, or something. And that's the deal. So, what time do we got? Man, it's crazy. It's already 7 p.m. Yep. 7 p.m. Saturday, June 26th, of course. Still 99 degrees outside. We got an elevation about 77 feet, and we are making our way out to Pearland, or Pearland. I guess it kind of depends on whether you want to think of a pear on land or a pearl man, right? Pearland. I'm going to go with Pearland, Texas, which is somewhere down there by Houston, I believe. And to that we have, as it stands as I speak, 1,886 miles to go. And we went ahead and scaled up back over there at Love's, back there in Brapon. And we are legal. I think our gross is like 78,000 and something or another. Let's take a look. Let's get specific with it, shall we? I mean, I have that information available. I can let you know. Let's take a look here. What do we got? What do we got? Yes. Gross weight, 78,120 pounds. We got an exact even 12,000 on our steer axle. 33,180 pounds on our drives, and 32,940 pounds on our trailer axles. That's pretty good. And that was our first weigh. I mean, that's really good. I actually eyeballed that puppy before we left the shipper, and I thought I might be a little bit over on my drives, but I'm pretty well dead on. There's no need to adjust it any further than that. That's about as good as we can get it. I could probably move it one notch more, I think, you know, move my tan up one more notch, get a little bit more weight off my drives, but in actuality, you kind of typically want a little bit more weight on your drives, so depending on the weather. that's the deal. And we got 722 now established on the logbooks, so we're running legal there. And I have already put in a, let's see, 11-hour day as I speak. Is that right? Let's see, I think the boss called me at 8 a.m. this morning. And I got underway at 9 and it's 7, so 10-hour day already. Man, it's already been a 10-hour day and I'm just now getting underway. I'm just now leaving. Something doesn't seem right with that now, does it? I don't know. Whatever. We're gonna love it. We're just, you know, I mean, no sense in hating it. Better learn to love it. Better learn to like it. That's the deal. And we got a good fair ways to get out of California here. Of course, we're gonna run the 99 down to the 58. And take the 58 on out to the 395, and take the 395 south down to the 15, and then the 15 down to the 10, and then just live on the 10 once again. I think the last time we did this similar trip, we actually ran the 5 and went all the way down to the 210 down in LA. LA County, that is. Out there by like whatever, Pomona or something like that. I don't know, whatever those towns are called over there on the 210. But and when we ran that one, I said the same thing. Yeah, we're gonna run that. We're gonna run out to the 58, take the 395, but we didn't. But this time, I'm fairly confident we're going to, because yeah. Fairly confident we're going to be able to do it this time. I mean, we're already on the 99, we're not on the 5, so whatever. And I'm pretty well just babbling, like I said. It's been kind of a long day already. Yep. So anyways, I guess that's about that for now. Just a quick update. Going to be all kind of boring ass 99 in California for another few hours. It's not as if I'm not gonna run until 3 or 4 a.m. tonight or nothing like that. I'm gonna probably knock off around 9, something like that, 9 or 10. See how far we get, and pop up as early as we can tomorrow morning. Get a good start for the day tomorrow, I hope. So there you have it. So anyways, we'll see y'all later. Well, good morning to you. Welcome back to Infinity Highway, 555 Infinity Highway. And greetings from Tehachapi, California. Specifically, Loves in Tehachapi, California. Where we have just pulled off and taken a half-hour break. Our mandatory half-hour. Not because we needed to, but just because we wanted to. So, yeah, so welcome to, yes, Infinity Highway. I think we're gonna go with it. How y'all doing?
Turn left at the stop sign, then take the second left.
That's right, Sheila D. So, yeah, here we are. Just running our maiden voyage here in Proud Mary. Max and I, of course. Me and myself and Irene. She only got one leg.
Turn left on California 58 East.
Yeah, not yet, Sheila. We want the next one. That one goes west. And we are going east. So, let's do a check-in here real quick, I figure. So we now have Sunday, June 27th, 2021. Current local time out here in California is 11:19 in the AM. Temperature is about, the gauge is telling me 106, but it's actually probably about 95, I think. Something like that. We'll know here shortly once we get rolling again, once it settles down. I'll try to remember to get you a more accurate temp on that. And we are at an elevation of 4,045 feet. And we are hauling this 45,000 pound load of bottled water that we picked up down in Stockton, and we are taking out to a Home Depot. Not a Home Depot RDC, but an actual Home Depot in Pearland, Texas. Which I believe is somewhere near the Houston area. I haven't actually looked to see how close it is. Yeah, it is right there, right near Houston. Right in the vicinity. It's just, looks like it appears to be on the southeast, or somewhere in the southeast corner of Houston. And to that we have remaining.
Continue on California 58.
1,639 miles to go out of this 1,980 mile total trip. Whatever it was back there in Stockton, I don't recall. I think it was just over 1,900. And yeah, so maiden voyage with a proud Mary here. And I don't know, you know, we've obviously we've climbed in elevation quite a bit, of course, up in the 4,000 foot range, and should fine, you know, should fine. I'll just say it like this: she's definitely a lesser truck than Royalty. She's definitely a lesser truck, power-wise. She just doesn't got it. That said, you know, relative to Royalty, climbing up, you know, the hill to get up in here into the Tehachapi, you know, area and whatnot. Relative to Royalty, she did pretty well. I mean, much, you know, about the same. I mean, here, you know, we got a heavy load. We got 45,000 pounds in the back. I think we're gross at like 78,070 pounds or something like that. 70, yeah, we'll just call it 78,000 pounds. So, should fine, you know. The difference in the amount of speed you can achieve climbing up a hill with that much weight, it's like just negligible, you know. if I was hauling this same load in royalty and going up the hill that we just went up, going up the mountain, I would typically run royalty at about 27 miles an hour up the hill in 7th gear, and leave it at that, right? With royalty, I could be in 7th gear, 27 miles an hour, and if I needed to, I could step on the pedal and get her up to, you know, 30, 31 miles an hour and shift into 8th gear. But as soon as I shift into 8th gear, you know, I lose that power band and she'll start losing speed again, and I would have to drop down into 7th gear, right? So what I'm saying is I would just run her at 27 and just set the cruise control at and just let it climb, right? The only times where that would come into play, where it was a useful thing, is if there was another truck ahead of me doing 8 or 26, and I wanted to pass, right? And I would be able to make a pass and get up in front of it and continue on at my 27 or 28 miles an hour. This truck, it can't do it. It just doesn't have it. You get down to, you know, 27, you know, 26, 27 miles an hour in 7th gear, and it won't gain speed. Actually, I think it depends on the incline, of course, right? But on average, it just wouldn't push up, you know, so it wouldn't push high enough so that I could shift into 8th gear at all. It would not get above 30. But that said, you know, like I said, you know, that's how I ran royalty anyways. It's just what it is if I need to make a pass. In this truck, I won't be able to make a pass. Which, yeah, it's definitely kind of irks me a bit. You know, I'm not going to lie. It definitely kind of, it irritates me a little bit. Because I was getting passed this morning, going up the hill, by every truck out there, right? And actually, the trucks that were passing me were probably all pretty, you know, they were definitely lighter loads than what I got. You know, I'm almost gross. You know, I could tell by the way they were climbing the hills that they were lighter. So I didn't have another truck that I could kind of get next to and compare, you know, power against. But I can infer from the fact that I never caught up to another truck that I don't have the power that royalty does. I mean, it's in the numbers. I don't even have to do a comparison on the road. It's in the numbers. The numbers don't lie. This truck, and it says it on the engine, right? It has the specs on the engine block, or on the upper manifold, or on the valve cover the valve cover. It tells you the specs, and it says just right there in plain English, 400 horsepower, right? So, and with this particular model of Cummins ISX 15, I am inferring, again, I am speculating, I don't know, but I don't believe that this truck can be modified or tuned to a higher horsepower. Like a lot of trucks out there, the motors, you can run them, you can take them to the, you know, mechanic, or if you know what you're doing, you hook it up to the computer, and say it's a 435 horsepower truck in economy mode, right? Well, you can actually, you know, tune it using a computer and get, you know, whatever, you know, let's say if the base is at 435, I think, you know, maybe another 100 or 150 horsepower out of it. And you can do that just by hooking computers up to it. So you can go from, you know, 435 if you need to. You can bump it up to 550 if you're going to be doing heavy loads, right? If you're not going to be doing heavy loads, leave it at 435 and get your fuel economy, right? this truck, I don't believe you can do that. I think it's just stuck at 400, which is a real shame. It's a real shame. What's funny is, like, the selling point between, you know, there's always a comparison between the ISX 15 and the DD 15, right? The Detroit diesel 15 liter versus the Cummins ISX 15 liter. Oh, which one is stronger? Which one has more power? Which one has a better engine? There's all these different categories that you can, right? But I'm going to talk just strictly about power and performance, right? So they both claim to have approximately equal amounts of horsepower. Like I said, you can change the horsepower on them, right? So that's what I'm saying, roughly equal amounts of horsepower, right? Where the Cummins is supposedly, you know, the better engine, I guess, right? Supposedly, is that for the same amount of horsepower, the Cummins advertises 1,000 more foot-pounds of torque. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's 1,000. I think it's not. I don't think it's 1,000. It's like maybe, yeah, it couldn't be 1,000. It might be like 100 or something. 150, maybe 200, right? And so the idea from that would be that, well, the Cummins will climb hills stronger than the DD15 will. Well, so here's the problem with this motor, is that it advertises that it doesn't just advertise it, it states it on the specs on the engine. Like I said, it's got 400 horsepower and 1,750 foot-pounds of torque at 1,800 RPMs. Okay? You never run these trucks at 1,800 RPMs. That's actually where the truck is actually governed at, is 1,800 RPMs. So you're talking about, that is the top of the power chain, you know, the power band. 1,800 RPMs, it's got 400 horsepower and 1,750 foot-pounds of torque, but it's governed at 1,800 RPMs, and you're never going to run it at 1,800 RPMs because that's too high, right? You're going to blow your motor. So you want to talk about false advertising? There you go. I mean, or misleading advertising, right? Because people think, oh yeah, it's got all this extra power and all this extra torque, but they don't take the notice the fact that it's at the RPMs that you'll never be running the truck at, right? Long story short, I miss Royalty right now. Royalty had way more power in this truck. It just flat out did. In the low RPMs and in the high RPMs, it had way more power in this truck. And then the other thing that's kind of getting to me is that the engine brake on this truck, it's like worthless. But whatever, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be Mr. Negative about it. I'm just making I'm just stating the facts. You know, I'm not trying to be negative about it. It's kind of bothering me a little bit, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna give it, a good, I'm gonna try to remain optimistic about it. You know, I know that, I've already tested it and I was able to get it up to 75 on a flat level road. you know, on 99 back there on a stretch where it was safe to do it. You know, I was able to get it up to 75, but it struggled. I mean, it struggles to get up to 70. It just does. It struggles to get up to that speed. You know, it doesn't have like the acceleration and the power, right? Basically, I've lost about like 130 to 150 of the horses in my army died, right? So, yeah. So, whatever, you know. But so we'll see. You know, we still got a little ways to get out of California here, so I've got to kind of try to self-govern as much as possible for another couple hundred miles. So once we get out into Arizona, I'll be able to open her up, see how she does at higher speeds, at higher RPMs, and see if she's able to hold her power band. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. But that's that. That's about enough about the truck there. So, and Max is snoozing. So let's see. Temperature is leveled off now at 103 degrees. So there you go. Mojave Desert. What else? What else do you want? It's Mojave Desert. Yep. Let's see, some of the positive things, I don't know. She's nice looking. I mean, she's a nice looking white truck. She's definitely used. The refrigerator is killer. I mean, it actually, I put a bottle of water in the actual, because it's got an actual freezer compartment, right, with its own door. And so I put a bottle of water in there just to test it out. Sure enough, it frozen solid. So that works really well. The AC works really well. Geez, did I already mention all this stuff? I may have already mentioned this stuff in the past video, so I don't know. I'm just probably being redundant. Yeah, so you know, whatever. Just trying to look at the positive sides of things too. Yep. So anyways, yeah, just long stretch through the desert here. We're going to be hopping on the 395 in about 40 miles, taking that back down to the 15. So that's it for now. Live 65. Oh wait a minute. Oh, live 55. Infinity Highway. Signing off. We'll see you in a bit. Well, hey there. Excuse me, yawn, sigh, bitch, complain. How's it going? Welcome back. And greetings to you from Death Valley. No, wait a minute. Whitewater, California. Yeah, I think it might as well be Death Valley. I can't imagine anything surviving out here for various reasons. Let's see here. Where are we in relationship to Palm Springs? Did we already pass Palm Springs? I think we got Palm Springs in the windshield here still. Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, so I think we're about, oh, let's see here. Desert Hot Springs is coming up. No, we're about 10 miles. Still west of Palm Springs. Here now on I-10, the eastbound, of course. And we're just trying to make time. Or something. Or another. The time is now, let's see, 2:40. Elevation 1,320 feet, and yeah, it's a little bit hot outside. Can you can you take a guess? Can you make a guess just based on the appearance of it, or is that not a thing? All right, well, I won't make you guess. It is a whopping 116 degrees outside right now. So yes, it's a damn good thing we have AC. Max, knock it off. It is a damn good thing we have a functional AC functioning. Yeah. And that is a positive aspect of the truck here. Yep, that's about it. I'll tell you something, I don't know. Man. It's hot outside. Yeah, it's hot outside. It's hot, baby. So, well, yeah, so we've made it through the LA County area, I guess, for the most part. Made our way down 395, down 15, down to 215. And as I said, we're on the I-10 now. And I'm just dying to get out of California right now. Like, I honestly, I can't wait to just get out of California. It's like getting so close, yet it's still so far away, you know what I mean? It seems like it's just like taking us ages to get out of California on this trip. I don't know why. I think it's because I spent so much time in California yesterday just doing oddball janitorial stuff like yard jockey duty, yard duty, instead of actually driving. It just feels like I should be like 2 days outside of California right now, and I'm not, so what can you do? Yep, and this truck is just having such a tough time. I don't know. It is having such a difficult time being a truck. It really is. I don't know. I don't know who spec'd out this truck, but they ought to be shot. Like this is a this truck. I'm so trying not to be negative. I'm really not. You know, different trucks are rated at different weight categories, right? It's called the gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR, right? Gross vehicle weight rating, right? And all these big semis you see out here have a GVWR of 80,000 pounds, right? I say all of them, I mean all of the standard regular ones, right? And then you have, you know, your heavy haul trucks, which are, you know, or like your big semi-wrecker trucks, you know, that tow semis, you know, those things are rated at far higher capacities, you know, maybe, I don't know, I'm just speculating, 120,000 pounds or something, right? This truck right here would be a good truck with a GVWR of about 60,000, maybe. It would be a good truck with a with a gross vehicle weight rating of about 50,000 pounds. Alright. It would be a pretty good truck at 60,000 pounds. It would be a at 70,000 pounds, it would be a it'll get it done kind of truck. At 80,000 pounds, you should probably just get a different truck. Just saying. Like, seriously, I don't know. I don't know, like, I just don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's getting us, you know, it's moving. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just does not have the power that the red truck had. That's all. So I'm being a little bit of a crybaby about it today, and I'm probably going to be that way every day until I find myself in a different truck. Yeah, it's very difficult to go from a truck that has, you know, it's difficult to go from anything that you consider very good. I'm talking about anything. And then to go to something that you consider nowhere near as good, you know, or not as good. It's tough. Like, you know, in the workplace, you know, for somebody who is an office worker and like they have a computer that runs smooth and it's fast and you know, you can run multiple tabs or whatever, you know, have multiple windows open at once and things still operate really well, and it doesn't glitch or have problems or do stupid stuff to you. You know, you got this thing right, and then the company comes in and says, hey, we have a replacement for you, and you get in there, and right away it's like, you know, the whole interface is just kind of strange and doesn't make sense, and it's like kind of dumb, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, you can only have like two windows open at once, and if you have three, you know, everything freezes up and the radio won't play in the background, you know, videos freeze and the sound is glitchy, you know, and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. It's like that. It's like that. You go, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get shit done with this? Like, you're trying to save money, and well, you're making the job worse, more difficult. I'm inclined to leave, right? You know, or something, right? It's like that. You know, it's like, what the fuck? This should have been an upgrade, not a downgrade. Whatever. I'm just venting a little bit, so whatever. Oh, but it looks really nice. Seems to be like that's all people care about these days, is what stuff looks like. They don't give a damn what inside is like, right? It's like people, you know, they get together with somebody who's really attractive looking on the outward appearance, but they're freaking a jerk or a freaking bitch on the inside, you know, really ugly inside. They don't care. They just want it to look good, you know, to everybody else. They don't care what it acts like, how it behaves, you know. Funny. So anyways, yes, wow, 119 degrees now. It's getting hotter. Man. And we are, well, here's the other thing is, this truck has smaller tanks than the red one. And so I guess I'm going to be stopping for fuel twice a day now. I don't know how it's going to work out. But whereas in the red truck, I was able to get about 1,100, 1,200 miles per, you know, per fill up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that would be running the thing down to the bone, right? Which you don't do, right? Let me put it in a different way. The red truck would get about 300 miles per quarter tank. Okay? This truck, I've already done the math, is getting about 170 quarter tank, 190. Somewhere's around in there. 450, let's see, half a tank, 450. So yeah, actually, so the first quarter tank I went through, I got 195 miles out of it. By the time I've gotten down to a half a tank, I got 450. So yeah, so 225, maybe. That's a big maybe. And the point being is that I'm gonna be stopping for fuel in about 20 miles. And I haven't even gotten outside California yet. So, whatever. Yep, 119 degrees. Let's just talk about that. Let's not talk about nothing. I'm gonna let you go and sit here and mutter to myself and talk to y'all maybe once we get out of California, and maybe I feel happier about things. And so, see y'all later. So we just lost one of our retreads there. It's second axle in her, and we lost the retread, and we lost the we lost the front mud flap. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping, man. I thought something underneath the, I thought something like in the, I thought the transmission fell out or something, because it was that violent. So the tread flew off, it cracked this flew up and hit the back of the cab and the back of the tank, and then we rolled over it. And it was like, man, it was violent. Scared the shit out of me, actually. I checked over the trailer. I checked the airlines. The airlines still look good. So fortunately, that big old chunk of plastic didn't get caught up in them. And I don't know, man. I guess we should have swapped out the tires off of 7112, huh? So I'm gonna go look for the closest truck stop and start limping my way over there.